to get back in. It's actually the same one.
Yeah. Well, it's still light enough out.
Yeah.
It was interesting seeing Linda's Astro. I haven't seen her in, I don't know, 20 years probably.
Probably I haven't either.
From a class reunion or something like that.
They say that Mrs. Lyle's Astro is moving in, or that's what.
Yeah.
That's who they're moving.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what her problem is.
Yeah.
Maybe she's got the same thing Marguerite's got, or
Yeah.
something worse. I don't know.
She seemed in good spirits talking to her.
Rational.
Yeah. So going out to, is it Grace's out by the golf course?
Yeah.
Is that one of the most challenging drives that you probably take, or?
Well, Marguerite would like to go out there at least once a week.
Yeah.
And I'll show you what the challenging thing is about Grace's.
Yeah.
Problem is we go out there 1 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah.
And Marguerite won't want to come back till 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And it's really dark.
Yeah, really dark by then.
And the ice is starting to form on the streets. By
Yeah.
that time it's turning cold. So I turned her down several times. We didn't take her out there.
Yeah. Was there any chance that she could adjust the card game hours so that it ends up being entirely in the daylight?
No, as long as it's any card game to be played, Marguerite wants to keep going.
Okay.
She doesn't like going at kind of short played form. She has very little patience.
Yeah. You could give her a sleeping bag and she could stay overnight out there.
Well, I left a couple times at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I said, honey, I'm sorry, but you either have to get your sister to give you a ride or call the taxi.
Yeah. Well, I think that's fair to do that. I think that's the right answer, you know.
It just seems to be for me, but
Yeah. Well, you know, everybody has to compromise to some extent and recognize what limitations are and be respectful of those limitations, you know. If she didn't know how to swim, you wouldn't ask her, well, let's go swimming, you know, or make her go swimming across the river. I mean, you wouldn't do that. Oh yeah, I took this road many times golfing when I was like in, I guess, high school. It was when I was golfing out at the golf course here more.
Was Newman Benson your instructor?
No, I think it was Tom Linehan. Yeah.
This development up here is all new this last year.
Yeah.
This is where the guy killed his 3 daughters.
In a car accident?
No, he murdered.
Oh.
Here's the dangerous part of it.
Yeah. Well, you got a center lane area here.
Yep, and here's Grace's driveway, so
Yeah.
you got to get over a little bit to let the traffic go by.
And then turn in.
Turn in and hope there's nobody coming at 80 miles an hour over that
Yeah,
hill.
I could see if somebody was coming over the hill the other direction at excessive speed, that would be a situation. Yeah. They have a beautiful place here.
Yeah, it's one of the older built into the hill type situations.
Well, you know how you're supposed to make these turns?
Over there and then...
No, you're supposed to gun the gas and then whip the back end around, a bat turn. Yeah. Oh, we can do some of those.
We'll try one down the hill.
Yeah.
And to top it all off, I'm not 100% physically fit, but Marguerite has a worse depth perception
Yeah.
On the right side than I do, because she's constantly sitting on the edge of the seat, telling me to get over left farther. You're going to hit those driveway markers.
Yeah. Well,
and I know from past experience that I've got at least a foot in there.
Yeah. Well, where I always judge, and it's probably the same you do, you're on the left side of the car, so you find the center line of the road, and you want to put your butt just a little bit left of center, you know?
So here's the other situation. People coming over that hill are usually not traveling 35.
Is that what the speed limit is here?
It's down below the hill.
Yeah, is it 55 up there?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that they at least have that wide center lane there.
Yes.
And in Alabama, and I don't know that they do it much here, they make roads that are 3 lanes wide and 5 lanes wide, and that center lane is a left-hand turn lane, usually for both directions of travel. And it works great as long as 2 people that are going the opposite direction don't decide to use the same spot at the same time. And that has happened. There's a couple times I've caught myself like, oh, I'm going to go pull into the middle lane and turn left, and I go, yeah, what about those headlights coming right at me? So...
Gotta use a lot of common sense.
Yeah, this would be like the speed trap right here.
Yeah, the traffic officer usually sits in the parking lot of the church or mortuary or whatever they call us down here. And he can read that as he come over.
Yeah, that wouldn't look too good on your record, Dad. Speeding ticket, handcuffs, you know, getting carted off to jail, because I believe you may have had a bourbon and charged water about noon today.
Yes,
is that correct?
Probably could have been more.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it would have.
Usually the traffic officer will sit right here in this.
So do you wave at him or thumb your nose at him?
Generally just go by and not even look at him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there for
Yeah. Does Wisconsin have any restrictions on cell phone use or texting in the vehicle or anything like that?
I think they do, but that mainly doesn't pertain to me.
Right.
Does, so.
Yeah, you left your cell phone home, and if you knew how to text, you might, but you don't, so...
They're not going to pick up the habit now.
Yeah, that's right. They wouldn't be worried about you, I don't think.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. These are the best intersections right here.
Yeah, yeah. So, when you are, have been walking without your walker, you kind of have to slide your feet along and everything.
I'm sure it takes shorter steps.
Yeah. Does that difficulty in raising your foot become an issue or a problem for using the brake?
No. No, I've got good braking with both feet.
Yeah. Or you use both feet?
No.
Oh.
Either that was the right foot.
Yeah.
This would be the left foot.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I can brake with both feet.
Yeah. Are you normally a right foot braker or a left foot braker?
In most cases, it'll be a right foot.
Okay.
But sometimes if I'm driving one foot on the throttle and one foot on the left foot through town, if it seems more comfortable, I'll do it that way.
Yeah. Well, I'm a left foot braker, and in automatic, of course, not in a stick.
No.
And some of the cars that are made now, sometimes I intentionally want to use the brake and the gas at the same time.
Now I'm using left brake.
Yeah.
Left turn signal.
Yeah.
Here's where Myrtle used to live.
Yeah.
Ed Jenkins.
Right. Is he still alive?
I think so.
Yeah.
Freemont Street.
Yep.
Clear behind.
Yep.
Peskers with their electric trucks.
Yeah. The electricians, are they?
Yeah.
Wow, it's gray. Dark
well,
gray.
I think it's blue is what they told me.
Oh, maybe it is blue. Bluish gray charcoal, yeah.
It's a color that there's quite a bit of out on the East Coast, up like Connecticut.
Yeah.
Or there's an old empty lot.
Yeah. Built a nice house there. And there's, well, Barb Peterson used to live in that one. And then the whole family lived up here.
Clear on the left.
Yep.
I'm sure we got more room probably than these apartments right here.
It could have, yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I know that Wellhaven is not Wesley Court.
No.
But for an apartment, I think you could do a lot worse, you know.
I was surprised actually when we lived down in Florida those two winters by how good the general condition was and how, you know, they weren't really dirty, sloppy or anything.
Yeah.
Here's the scene we used to see in
Yeah.
the West Side School.
Yeah, I remember one time I stayed over at your place, and it was in the winter, and it must have been a school day, and they run the kids around in a big circle, and they all had their snowsuits on, and they looked just like, I don't know, little urchins or something. It was so cute.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
This area here on both sides of the highway double M are built up, and also back in here is built. And these are all twin homes along here. This guy's a twin home with a kid.
Yeah. Here's a guy that should have his headlights on.
Yeah. You don't realize how important that is until you've been driving
Right.
40 years or something.
Right.
You're clear behind and front both ways.
Yeah.
As your eyesight begins to dim, why it's
Yeah.
more important.
Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes the scenery blends, you know, like a gray day, and you got a gray car, and you can't see it, and then